Hello, my friends. Hola, amigos. I'm excited today because today we're getting ready to get started with the winter vegetables. I eat vegetables every day. We should be eating vegetables on a daily basis because vegetables and fruits are the basis for any healthy diet. The Mediterranean diet is full of good veggies and fruits. And today I got here what I think is the probably most underrated vegetable, at least in the Western world, which is the humble cabbage. Let me tell you something about cabbages. There are many, many kinds. I was lucky enough to find it in the organic market, in the market town yesterday. The kind that I like most is these very, very green. You can see how green the leaves are. The greener the leaves are, the better the stuff in there, the more vitamins and minerals in it. And I particularly like the frizzy kind of cabbage, okay? You can see, stay away from the very sort of whitish and flat leaf cabbages that they sell in supermarkets. There's not much good in them, right? So what do we do with it? There are many people that think that vegetables, and cabbage in particular, is boring and smelly, and it tends to have a bad reputation. But I hope that this simple and tasty recipe that I'm cooking today, I rather think that it will help to make you change your mind. And the only thing that I'm going to do is, well, I'll present the simple ingredients. You can see it's a whole cabbage that I'm going to use. 3 small potatoes, 1 per person. I'm using, this is for 4 people, 3 potatoes today, organic as well. Organic cabbage, no chemicals, right? Vegetables are very, very sensitive to absorb all the pesticides, so you don't want any of that. And then, what is the twist today for the cabbage? We're using the magic ingredient, the Iberico panceta, the panceta Iberica, okay? Look at the amount that I'm using, not very much today, okay? And garlic. And the thing is that we're going to boil the cabbage together with the potato, and we'll get started on, we're going to use a stir fry of the pancetta and the garlic, which we will blend into the cabbage to make a whole meal, which is surprisingly tasty. So I'm just going to, okay, all you need to do, we get started on the cabbage. I'm going to cut it up coarsely, all right, and wash it a little bit. I'm saving the most outward leaves, maybe for a soup tomorrow. We'll be using the cabbage stock, which is very tasty, for a wonderful soup tomorrow as well. You know that I like to overlap my dishes and save the ingredients, the homemade stock and so on. So there we are with the cabbage. Okay, just going to cut it coarsely. It doesn't need to be finely chopped or anything. Okay, saving this chunk here, okay, for tomorrow. And I'm going to put it in this colander to rinse it a little bit. It doesn't need to really very much because there are no chemicals or pesticides in it. It's from the local market, organic. I'm going to do the same with this. Right, so I got the cabbage and I've set the water onto the boil, salted water, okay, and I'll be now finely cutting up the pancetta into small cubes and crushing the garlic a little bit, okay? So I've got the cabbage, it's been rinsed, All right, and I got the water on the boil. So in goes the cabbage, lots of it, you can see. We're going to fill the pan to the brim today. Okay. Got the potatoes in the middle, about this size, all right. Remember that I've salted the water, okay. So, got this going, put the lid on, all right, a little bit higher, and in the meantime, I'm going to crush the garlic, all right. I usually do this with the flat side of the broad knife, all right, so that it can easily be peeled now, all right. The cloves of garlic. I'm using 3 big ones, but if you like garlic, you can use more. Garlic goes very well with cabbage, all kinds of cabbage, cauliflower as well. Paprika does too, and we have wonderful Spanish paprika, pimenton, but it's not in the recipe today, okay? I'm using pimenton with different recipes in the next coming days. So, pressing the garlic on both sides, okay, so that it's ready to go in the pan for stir fry. And a smaller knife here, I'm going to chop up the pancetta in little cubes, okay. Always be careful with a knife. Powerful weapon, but a great ally in the kitchen, a good knife. Can't do anything in the kitchen without a couple of good kitchen knives. All right. I'm such a fan of pancetta, and a small quantity of it, it goes a long way to bring out the flavors in vegetables. We use it all the time. Iberico pancetta in Spain. A bit smaller here, okay. The timing for the cabbage, be careful with boiling vegetables. Nobody wants soggy, overcooked vegetables. They are the worst thing, but cabbage does need to be well cooked, all right, to bring out the flavor. And so if you got a quantity like this, it's probably going to need between 15-20 minutes on the boil. Going to lower it, okay. So right, and I'm going to get started with these 2 ingredients in a small frying pan. Now the cabbage and the potato is done. Oh, look at the bright yellow and green colors here. And I was wrong because I told you 20 minutes on the boil, but this green cabbage needed a bit more than that, and it's been on the boil for almost half an hour. And so I've drained the vegetables now and saved the stalk here. The cabbage stalk is always a good thing to keep in your kitchen because you can use it for so many things. And this will make an excellent winter soup tomorrow together with other ingredients. So remember, we crushed the garlic. I've cut it in halves because I thought it'd be better. And I got the pancetta here. So this is the final step in the recipe and probably the most important. Right. I'm using the extra virgin olive oil. You can't be skimpy on the olive oil in this recipe, okay, because I think I explained before that the olive oil reveals all the hidden flavors in the vegetables, okay? So first we need to fry the pancetta, okay? You can go in now. Later for the garlic. Okay, the garlic only needs to be there for like a minute or so. You don't want any burnt garlic. And garlic burns very easily. Perhaps you can hear the sizzling sound in the frying pan. I'm such a fan of this panceta Iberica because yes, it's fatty, but it's the good kind of fat if you use it, if you're using it sensibly in small amounts. This comes from free-range pigs, probably in the south of Spain, or maybe Aragon. I don't really know, but I always buy it locally from a local provider of Iberico pork and ham. Okay. And the smell, just the smell is unbelievably good. Alright. So we're using quite a bit of pancetta, but a small frying pan is more than enough. And remember that we have a big amount of cabbage and potato that will be enough for, I think, 4 or 5 people. 4 or 5 reasonably big portions, okay? So, a bit longer for the pancetta. Just 1 more minute, and we will fry the garlic as well. I think I'm gonna do the garlic now. Lower the heat a little bit. Okay. Smells so good. I use cabbage with so many recipes. It's economical, it's good for your health, and it's very, very tasty. You don't want the garlic to burn, so you need to be careful with this. Okay, I think it's ready to go in the vegetable pan. Oh. And this is when I have more fun. Okay. You need to stir the vegetables in. Chunk them up a little bit, particularly, crush the potato a little bit as well. The smell of cabbage. I just love it. Okay. I leave it like for a couple of minutes on low heat so that all the flavors come together, and we'll be ready to serve it onto the table. 2 ways of serving this cabbage and pancetta recipe today. It comes as a whole meal. Okay, so the smell of it. Okay, so, right, this makes a lovely vegetable lunch, but you can also do it as a side dish to accompany meats and fish dishes. And in that case, I prefer to, brush it a little bit inside the bowl, a bit more. Okay. And this is what I do if I have to serve it together with meat or fish. See if I do it properly. Okay. You don't want to break the plate. Careful. So, and the twig of... That's the final touch, my friends. Enjoy it. Buen provecho.